two races here. We have Noobii versus Wolf. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll be doing the countdown. Okay. So our racers look like they're both ready, and I am ready with making sure I type it. Alright. Okay, let's go and give the countdown here. 3, 2, 1, go. Noobii off to a slow start there. Alright, so we'll be playing on freestyle for this run, so this run's going to be a little bit different than normal. So, a freestyle run means that they have pretty much every option at their fingertips. Wolf is actually running Rin, Noobii running the rival, so Rin can deflect purple bullets while the rival can deflect the orange bullets. So it's going to be a little bit different. Certain attacks and all that, have a higher chance to be a certain one, but it shouldn't make a huge difference here. Now, just note that Noobii will be about 5 seconds behind just in real time. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Noobii is just a little bit ahead here. Wolf going for a laser and white strat, while Noobii going for a chainsaw strat there. Noobii just slightly ahead. And I will be reading chat, just so you guys know. So, first major boss, I can say. So he's pretty simple. If you're really looking for any kind of deflect attack, you don't want him to go off screen at all. When he goes off the screen, you're losing a lot of time, a lot of damage here. So anytime he goes off the screen, it is some bad RNG for you. But both of them got pretty good runs. Wolf did have a little bit off the screen time there, so that's unfortunate. But he should be able to make it up here. This next part is a side scroller, so really there's nothing here except for just waiting out. You don't even have to kill the enemies, but just killing them kind of keeps up your style and your score. Keeping your style high is very, very beneficial. If you lose your style score, it's going to get quite difficult to use your white gun. The white gun does damage and attack speed and just general bullet speed as well. It's much faster, much stronger when you have an S rank. So the gun is very viable in S and A rank, but definitely more viable in S rank. Both of them here utilizing the white gun to get the full damage out. Noobii going with some chainsaw whenever he gets close, so that's good. Ooh, so Noobii beating at 2:06, Wolf just behind 2:14, so we're talking pretty close to about 8 seconds apart right now. Alright, so we are in story, so we do have a little couple cutscenes here, so hopefully they both skip past this pretty quickly and get on to the next mission. Perfect, they both skip it. So, Noobii going starting the next stage here. Next stage, platforming is pretty crucial. Making one misstep actually can cost you a couple seconds, and falling off can easily make it so you lose some of that style points you're going to need to start accruing. You'll see the taunt between a lot of sections just to make sure that they get that time, that extra style. So you can see Noobii using lasers actually to blow right through the rockets being shot at him and getting some damage in. Wolf going for a couple different strats. He's using white with an A rank instead of using other guns, but that's pretty unique. He is getting a lot of damage now that he's back up to S rank. Noobii completing that boss and moving forward. Wolf just finishing up Kitty Chopper here. Noobie's just going through some more platforming. Now going to be fighting the Whale Core against himself, which is going to be a pretty interesting fight here. Wolf just behind here. Good platforming. He did not maintain his S rank the entire time, but he should be able to get it back through here. Just off. Very, very close to getting his S rank back. Unfortunately, did not make it. Noobii wrapping up Whale Core here. Now Noobii and Wolf just needs to kind of catch up. Chainsaw here doing a ton of damage against it. Noobii reaching Valentine, the first encounter. Wolf not too far behind, just gotta get through a little bit of platforming, hopefully to kind of get there. And I just realized my timer stopped, so isn't that great? Alright, so in a new game, you actually have to wait and kind of break out Valentine's shield, but in freestyle, it's actually a lot simpler to do it. You can just use a rocket, something like that, to kind of get through it. Noobii completing Valentine, going to be heading on to the next stage. Wolf just having to break the shield just one more. Oh, actually, you know what? Complete bypass that. Didn't have to do it a third time. Just 2 cycles. Really nice. Noobii starting the chase. So a lot of the parts from right here for this stage is a lot of just kind of waiting, getting through that part of the stage. So even though you don't like really do a whole lot here, you just kind of make sure that you keep up your style. Ooh, Noobii does get hit, losing a little bit of time, unfortunately. Hopefully he can make that up a little bit here. So you really have to watch out. If you get hit with a single time, you're losing out some of that rank, which means that you get less time using your weight gun. But for these kind of fights, especially for this boss here, you have to watch out for the fact that she has so many little ad spawns that using like a rocket or a laser is actually a lot more beneficial than using just pure white, as your bullets are going to hit and just kill ads instead of killing the boss. Wolf is going for using white, so for Wolf the ads are coming from the left side of the screen, and the boss on the right side of the screen, meaning that while using the white gun, he actually has just a complete direct contact with attacking and damaging the boss. So actually has some really good RNG there. Now they're both on just another little side scroller. They're going to be coming against everyone's favorite boss, the ninja. So in this game and in freestyle, he's definitely not as bad. Noobii has to get deflects only with orange, so any purple dashes he cannot deflect, unfortunately. Alright, Wolf now just starting up Ninja here, going for purple deflects and had 3 in a row. That's really nice. So that's really good for Wolf, and another deflect. So a lot of deflects over for Wolf there, kind of gave him some extra time. Noobii completing second stage of Ninja. Wolf just getting into it, but let's see how it does. Luckily, in freestyle, you do have the opportunity to use extra weapons. That way, you can get a lot of extra damage on without having to worry about him deflecting bullets and stuff. Alright, let's see how they get through the section here of the minefield of just not getting hit to kind of keep that style up for the next boss. So another side scroller part here is going to have a hope and wait. Hopefully none of them take any serious damage here. Getting hit once, you can rebuild that. You can rebuild that style up a little bit, but getting hit twice, that really does kind of mess you up. Noobii does get hit right there, so dropping down to a B rank. He's now back up to S, so that's not bad. He got a lot of deflects out, a lot of weapon changes, so that helps him get back to that. Wolf now reaching the Rex Rocket here. So Wolf able to maintain his S rank all the way up to the boss. As long as he doesn't get hit during the boss, he should be able to get some really good time. And a deflect. Oh, unfortunately it does fall right at the end part there. Noobii already setting up the next boss, heading over to one of our favorite bosses. He used to have a skip. Unfortunately, he did get patched out, so now we do have to fight him. It was much easier when we could just skip this entire fight. On freestyle, he's not that bad, as you can just blow right through all of his ads. Where in new game, you really have to plan out like your style of attack and all that. Noobii completing the boss here. Wolf slowly making his way there. He is now starting that boss, so only a single boss behind, so definitely not that far. So Noobii entering one of the worst zones to get hit in. So not only do you lose your style in this part of the game, but this is actually a literal side scroller. So this side scroller here, if you get hit a single time, it actually slows down the game, losing quite a few seconds. So the pace that the screen moves at depends on like how long you've taken getting hit. So if you don't get hit, move at the full speed of the side scrolling. But the moment you get hit, it slows all the way back down to the beginning. So definitely you don't want to get hit. Let's see, Wolf trying to pass the same section here. He is at a B rank. It's not looking good. Luckily he wasn't hit in this area yet, so that really is going to help him out. A lot of weapon switches here, a lot of good hits. So he's building up that rank that he's definitely going to need later on. He should be able to end here, hopefully, before he gets to the next boss. Yep, with an S rank. Alright, Noobii fighting Robo Guppy. So Robo gonna be pretty simple, not that bad at all. Gibby and Stu definitely pose a little bit more of a threat, just as they spend a lot of time just kind of off the screen and all that. But some careful attacks and all that make it so it's not as bad. You do have to watch out that they do have a death animation that is still like you can still get hit by them. So even though you kill them, you can still get hit. So you kind of have to watch out for that. Hopefully you get a good cycle. Wolf wrapping up Robo Guppy, now going into Gibby and Stu, while Noobii is just finishing Gibby and Stu, going right into Robo White. Robo White being a lot easier on Freestyle, allowing you to kind of use rockets and lasers, stuff like that, to kind of get right through the shield. Noobii does get hit, so unable to use White for a little bit, but he should be able to get White back up before the next boss. Just off again, unfortunately. Wolf now fighting Gibby and Stu. Ooh, good chainsaw right there on one of the beautiful, beautiful little worms. And finishing up, unfortunately he had a bad cycle there, so he had to wait a little bit extra, but not a terrible loss, probably about half a second. Noobii finishing up Robo Bunny, heading into the next stage. Wolf is on Robo White, but has S rank, maintaining it and getting some good hits there. Hopefully he can get this one down pretty quick and get to Bunny. Alright, Wolf now starting Robo Bunny. Noobii is kind of a little behind here, unfortunately. I say a little behind. Sorry, a little ahead. So he is gonna try to. Oh, got hit right there. So that one spot people get hit by that all the time. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that you try really hard not to get hit by as you're heading down. But just the time that you go down there, you don't want to slow time as you're literally just losing time at that point. But getting hit by that does kind of suck, kind of lowering some of your style. But this boss, ooh, getting hit a couple more times. Noobii taking some serious damage, but still in an actually pretty high rank here. Ooh, slow time, but that's good. Still got the kill. Lowering his life just a little bit for later. Wolf now in the same area. Oh, unfortunately taking some pretty bad hits and a wall jump. Now, one thing we were talking about, Jack really wants to get done is have an option to remove wall jumping. A lot of people don't use it, and most times you lose time for it. Unfortunately, getting a bad wall jump there. Okay, so Noobii fighting Nemesis, while Wolf starting up Segment here. Alright, Noobii going in. Oh, it's a good chainsaw, and good to flex that entire fight. Apologize for not talking too much about that. He is going to be starting Nemesis Core Part 2. Wolf just kind of trying to knock out Segment here. Hopefully get some good RNG, good deflect there. So getting a lot of good attacks in. Complete opening up right through the center, still gets it, that's awesome. Unfortunately, does not beat him and chooses his bullet to the left instead of the right, unfortunate there. Little bit of mess up there. Noobii finishing Nemesis Core 2, while Wolf is trying to catch back up to get back to Nemesis. Noobii's going to be trying to get through this part here. Good using just the katana to kind of get through these orbs here, making sure he takes a lot less damage, prevents himself from getting hit, keeping the S ring. S ring's going to be pretty crucial for a lot of the fights, like as I've said before. Wolf is now entering, starting his Nemesis Part 1. Has S rank on, so that's good. Not opting not to go for chainsaw, just going for just some basic S. Probably just play a little bit more safe. Good deflect there though. So over on Noobii side, we want to take a look at this. So Anti-Battalion, very unique. He has all different RNG, different attack styles and all that. So there's a couple ones that are really good, a couple ones that are really bad. Noobii missing one shot there. Just kind of a hope, maybe you get a good hit. You really want him just to kind of stand still and take some damage. This is a good spot right here. Just keep using his blast. He should be able to get a kill right there, and perfect. Noobii wrapping up his Anti-Battalion there. Wolf finishing up Nemesis Core Part 2. Noobii will be heading to the second to last stage. He'll be fighting his rival, which was Valentine. Hopefully Wolf gets some decent RNG here. Not opting to go for just katanas, using actually his pistols and katana to try to kind of blast them before he gets to those areas. Does have to watch out for accidentally popping some of those orange bubbles, as the orange bubbles are undeflectable for him, making it so he will lose a little bit of time to get hit by that and still lose rank. Noobii starting on Valentine here. So Valentine does have a couple stages. Just kind of wrapping the. Hopefully he can wrap up A and B pretty quickly. We'll see. He's now in his A style. On Wolf's side, going for some couple deflects here. Nothing too major. We'll see how that one turns out for him. Oh, got a good Pac-Man. Really good when you're using the white gun. Gets a deflect, but unfortunately it is an orange, not a purple, so unable to get that one. Noobii getting some decent RNG, nothing too crazy on his side. Getting and keeping the S rank very, very challenging, especially on a lot of the harder bosses. Since we are playing on normal, the bosses have some pretty slow attacks and all that, so definitely not as bad. Alright, Wolf completing anti-battalion, heading into Valentine. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Wolf going to be starting up the first Valentine stage. Noobii got good deflect here, really good slow time there, getting lots of damage out, and completely planning where he'll be starting. It looks like we won't be having a death skip here. Unless he's going to take a lot of damage for this last part, but we'll see. Alright, Noobii just gotta knock out the shield. Pretty simple. Once you're on freestyle, quick little rocket. Yep, just quick. Not gonna be utilizing death skip at all. Just gonna go ahead and just get the kill, move on to the next fight. Wolf also looking like not taking death skip. Just kind of get some damage out. Let's see, good deflect. Ooh, unfortunately does get hit. So it's gonna be kind of tricky. Yes, it is going for death skip. You can see Wolf here damaging himself, so basically he can skip out on some extra time closer to the end of the fight. Alright, Noobii wrapping up Valentine, moving into the final bosses. Unfortunately, there's not just a single quick end. And then Wolf getting on to Valentine's one of his final stages. He does have enough health so that if he does actually make a single mistake, he should be able to live through it, but get close enough to the point where he can get the death skip. He does have to be careful if he takes any more damage and all that. He wants to make sure that he has enough time for it. Does die here. Skipping the time there, that's perfect. So now on the final stage, so you normally have to wait for the crowd to kind of go wild, and then Valentine get a shield. Luckily, he was able to skip the entire part with the death skip there. And Wolf completing a Valentine, moving on to the next boss. Noobii fighting Whale Core returns. Already beat Mantis Core. So, Whale Core is a pretty simple fight. You really want him to stay on the screen as much as possible. Unfortunately, he does not do that very often. Noobii completing up Whale Core. Wolf is now going to be starting his Mantis Core fight. Alright, so Noobii, he doesn't really need any super heavy RNG stuff here, so that is a little bit unfortunate. You do get a lot of damage from him getting hit by that. You lose the time when he falls down, but he's getting a lot of time here. Doesn't have to do a whole lot. Chainsaw out, walking up, quick kill for him. Alright, Wolf getting some decent attacks here, keeping his S rank and beating Mantis Core. Still has to fight Whale Core, but we'll see what happens here. Alright, Noobii on the second to final boss of the game here, Crawling Core. So Crawling Core, in in normal mode, pretty simplistic, easy to read the text. Lasers are pretty self-explanatory. They highlight themselves pretty quickly, and you should have enough time to kind of dodge them all. Oh, getting kind of stuck there. Oh, gets out just in time. And he's keeping his S rank as well, getting some quick clean shots. So easy kill for Noobii. Didn't take a single hit during that entire run. That entire boss. That's awesome. Alright, Wolf. Let's see. He is still on Whale Core. He will have to beat Whale Core and Spider Core and then Crawling Core and then get to the rival. Noobii fighting himself here as usual. You know, really trying to, you know, make do with his self-esteem. But we'll see how he does. Good RNG so far. Good chainsaw. Really big thing you wanted to watch out for would be any kind of katana time. But so there's a katana. So he loses a little bit of time. He has to kind of change his different attack style there. It's not necessarily you don't get any damage. But the thing you have to watch out for is the fact that when he's when he's using just the blades and all that, you're losing a lot of time just because the damage output's a lot less. So Noobii finishing up here with a 2014, so that's pretty good. And then Wolf is just now hitting. I think he's now at the Crawling Core. Alright, let's go and give that nice little thing over here to Noobii. Wolf's gonna go and just wrap up his run real fast. Should be ending pretty close to, I think, around a 22. Noobii in practice run, finishing up with a 21, and then wrapping up this one with a 2014. So a significant difference. Alright, Wolf wrapping up his core here. Just gotta fight the rival, his actual rival, not himself. So we'll see how that one goes. Okay. Let's see if Wolf can get any good energy here. Really, you gotta watch out for that katana like I was talking about. Dash there with no deflect option available. Use switching to katana, so he does have to use switch to laser because anything else he uses will be deflected. Rockets are also not that great to have. Whenever the rival uses the rockets, you actually do lose a little bit of time just because, unless you're using a laser, just because you have to blast it at first. Good chainsaw from Wolf there. Oh, and switching back to katana, but luckily Wolf gets the kill anyway. Wolf ending his run with a 22-17. Awesome. We're going to take a quick intermission, and we'll get the run back in about 2 minutes. Okay, we are back. We'll be starting our second race here. So, we're going to have Wolf playing on normal, like before, Noobii being the winner, so he's going to be jumping up over to very hard. So if a Noobii does get another win, that will be the end of the match. And then if he does lose, then Noobii will be dropping down to a hard difficulty. So, let's go and get another countdown here. And let's see if I can start my timer and not accidentally reset it. No promises. Alright, we're gonna go and start the race in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, Wolf off to a good start. So Noobii gonna have to deal with a couple different things now. So Noobii while running, there's gonna be a lot more enemies that spawn. So he has to watch out for that. The enemies that the boss that he fights will also have a lot faster attacks, a lot more variety of attacks. So they won't be as simplistic as they were in the normal mode. You'll be able to see the difference between Wolf screen and Noobii screen, kind of seeing the difference between normal run and a very hard run. Wolf and Noobii both not going to be able to get a one cycle on the staircase there. Staircase really gives people some hard times when you first start the game. So, both at some of the simpler ones. These fights don't really change a whole lot, but we'll see what happens. You'll see the really big first change right here. So, if you watch the Noobii screen, you'll see the attacks are a lot faster and just a lot more sporadic. If you're here, you can see a ton more bullets jumping over it. Just a really good optimization. Wolf, unfortunately, getting a really bad RNG there, having to wait for him to come all the way back down. So he does lose out a little bit of time there. He does get a deflect, so both of them finishing up the first side boss, I'd say. Both with S-rings, though no damage on either of the runners. So Noobii ahead by about 4 seconds. So now that time, even though he is up by about 4 seconds, it can easily be lost due to the fact he's running very hard. So a lot more things that could happen to him. So Noobii taking a small handicap here for that. We'll see what happens. Wolf Noobii just kind of passing some general side scrolling stuff. Nothing too crazy happening. Now, the final boss here. So you'll notice on Noobii screen, the boss doesn't simply attack with just straight shots. It is a lot of diagonal shots, a lot more deflecting, a lot of extra stuff. So he's really got to watch out for not getting hit. Chainsaw, while being viable, not a great option. Does get hit there, losing his A rank, his S rank, trying to get back up, and he gets back up pretty quickly. Still gets hit the end and just knocks him out. So Noobii about 5 seconds ahead, nothing too major. So there you can see Noobii had a ton more bullets to dodge, trying to really hard try not to get hit. The moment you get hit once, though, you are losing quite a bit of time, unfortunately. Both stepping into the highway, so good platforming here. Let's see what they can do. Noobii not getting some crazy strats there. Oh, there's a good one. Wolf taking his time, trying not to get hit, trying to build up that style meter as much as he possibly can. Ooh, unfortunately does get hit by that rope there, knocking him down to D rank. Noobii here getting up to a B, so getting pretty close back up to the S rank with some extra damage in. Kitty Chopper does have a couple different attacks. You really don't want anything like a lot of extra missiles, stuff like that. Staying above him, staying below him really does help. Oh, Noobii does get hit there, gets a deflect, but does lose his S rank. Wolf now at his S rank, able to get a lot of extra damage in, and maintains it, and just gets Kitty Chopper before it flies off screen. Like most bosses, if they get off the screen, they are invulnerable, and you really don't want that. It's a lot of time lost, but maybe a second or two per time that they do that. Both of them pretty close, actually. Wolf has started here with a little bit of the platforming, trying to get over to the next boss. Noobii just starting up on his whale core. Wolf starting his whale core now. Noobii having to dodge some attacks here. Nothing too major. If he does get hit during this fight, he doesn't lose a whole lot of time, as you don't really even need the S rank, as you're just going to use a chance off of entire damage. Noobii going to the next section here to get some platforming. Wolf just wrapping up his whale core now. Noobii just getting some decent attacks in, getting ready for Valentine. Valentine, you really don't need to have an S rank for the rest of this fight, so it's not super crucial to kind of maintain that. Wolf is now getting to Valentine. Ooh, almost fell off there. So we're looking at the races being very, very close to the time apart. Probably about 7-8 seconds. Nothing too crazy. Noobii completing up his first Valentine encounter, and Wolf completing his as well. Moving on to the next fight. Alright, Noobii just doing some side scrolling action. They're trying to get to the next boss here. We'll see how Noobii does. So on this next boss, it's gonna be a little bit trickier. On VHard, there are a lot more ads. They come from all over. So rather than just kind of swooping from like one side and all that, they're swooping from all over the place. They have a slight homing, and they kind of do some weird turns and all that. So he has to really watch out. They're a little bit more harder to kind of hit and to kind of keep track of. He's been getting pretty lucky actually. A lot of them not even coming anywhere near him. He's just kind of just sitting back and just letting them blow him around. So really, really good for Noobii there. He actually had super, super good RNG. The ads almost never got near him at all. Wolf completing up his as well. So not far behind. So that fight normally would take Noobii out a little bit longer, but he did get really, really lucky. The RNG was just strongly in his favor, allowing him just to kind of bypass it pretty quickly. So a little bit more side-scrolling here. The next fight they're going to be doing is the Ninja. Ninja's not any... it's a little bit more challenging. He's a little bit faster, but with Noobii skill and all that, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle for him here. So good deflect there from Noobii. Wolf gets a deflect, another deflect. Of course, no deflect here. Wolf landing pretty much all of his deflects. Ooh, Noobii does get hit right there. He won't need to maintain that S rank for this fight, and he won't need it until later in the level. So losing out here does not hurt. What he does not want to do is take that death, though. You really want to watch out, because if you die, you do have to restart that section. So you don't want to get closer to like the end to your Rex Rocket fight and take a death there. Restarting that entire Rex Rocket fight can take a lot of time just because you have a lot of extra things to deal with. Large bullet he shoots. When that explodes, that giant rocket he shoots out, that takes and soaks bullets. So you really have to watch out. We'll see just general stuff here. You want to keep an S rank just so you know when you get to that fight. It's not super crucial. Noobii ending with a B rank. Wolf, taking a fall there. Unfortunately, that was not what you want to see. So he's back up to A, but he does fall off one of the rockets on the way to his Rex rocket. Wolf back up to an S rank, going for some white damage. Noobii just getting hit quite a lot. He is at 1 health. Taking one more hit here will reset a Rex rocket fight. So he's going for a little bit safer strat here. Just going for normal pistols, nothing crazy, and gets it. Alright, both the runners now starting at the next level. Alright, both of them now reaching our infamous non-skippable boss that has never been able to be skipped before. So this fight is going to be a little tricky, but you really shouldn't need to have your S rank anyway during this fight, so Noobii not any real disadvantage, simply because you're not going to use your white gun against the boss here. It's just too difficult to blast through all the extra ads. Alright, both have come to the side scroller here. As long as no one gets hit, no time lost, no real time gain. You want to say at the end of the screen, towards the end of the stage here. Other than that, there's really nothing else to do other than just hope and pray you do not get hit. Noobii getting pretty close to the end of the stage here, and he clears it. Pretty close to the right of the stage as well, so that's fantastic. Perfect run you'd be looking for. Wolf here using rockets, getting through it pretty simple. And ending pretty close to the right side as well. Alright. Noobii setting up Robo Guppy. Wolf just behind, just starting Robo Guppy, while Noobii is at half Robo Guppy. So, it's actually pretty close. Noobii just really has to watch out. He did get hit right there, so now he loses his S ring. Has to kind of build that back up. Just building back up to S ring while Wolf is at half of his HP for his Guppy and getting good deflect there. So Wolf actually very, very close. And he wraps up his Robo Guppy. Now they're both on Gibby and Stu. So we're like probably about, I want to say maybe 6-7 seconds apart here for both our runners. Noobii, now the Guppy and Stu, Gibby and Stu, when they are on very hard or a lot harder, he went for a burst there, and he accidentally got hit. So now he has his back to his pistols. A little chainsaw damage there. Now he's back up to S ring, able to use his weight. Wolf pulling a chainsaw. Unfortunately, he has some bad RNG and has to wait for them to reappear. So Wolf losing a little bit of time there. Both of the runners just defeating Gibby and Stu at the same time. But the Wolf actually would have been a little bit faster if he was off by a single damage. But Gibby and Stu went off the screen, making so they're untargetable. Wolf opting for rockets and white instead of using laser. So a little bit of a time loss there, unfortunately, because he is not able to hit him most of the time when he has a shield up. Losing some health there, dropping his style down to a B rank as well. Definitely not great. Luckily, he's back up to S rank for his next fight here. Noobii blowing up the screen. Interesting strategy there. Going for some rockets. While Wolf is going for some white damage. Oh, some really good white damage from Wolf there. Really good RNG, knocking out Robo Bunny really fast, actually. Both runners completing that level and moving on to the next stage. So we're talking about 5 seconds apart now. Alright, so we'll see how these guys do with their platforming skills. So for Noobii is a little bit trickier. There are a little bit more bullets and stuff like that he has to avoid and dodge in this from this. But he does get hit down going down the classic elevator there. Everyone gets hit by that basically, but we'll see what happens. Alright, now Noobii has to watch out. So we'll be seeing the segment slider here. So he does a lot of different attacks on very hard, so you really have to watch out and kind of plan out your attacks. In normal, it is a pretty simplistic fight. He doesn't spend a lot of time with his shields out in the very hard version. And Wolf actually just taking the lead here. Noobii trying to catch up, getting hit quite a lot here. He's actually down to 1 health. If he gets hit, he will lose. So he might have to take a death this next screen here just to kind of reset, because if he gets hit once during the boss fight, he will lose a lot of time. So we'll see what he does here. If he opts to take a damage right away and lose about 5-7 seconds, or if he's opted to go to the end, gets the boss and maybe take a death right then. He is opting just to go with taking the risk here. If he gets hit a single time, he'll have to restart this entire area. So very, very risky for Noobii. Wolf starting up his next one. So Noobii does get to the boss. Let's see if he takes a death here or he's going to go for it. Noobii gonna go for it. He's gonna play safe, stay at the bottom. Does not want to take that damage, but he is gonna opt just to not take the death. So very, very cocky here. He's really trying not to take that hit, but if he gets him once, he has to restart this fight. He does enter Nemesis Core 2. Wolf already starting Nemesis Core 2, getting it down about quarter health before Noobii gets it started. Noobii not opting to actually take a death still. He's gonna just kind of fight it and just hope for the best. He's getting good hits and a deflect there. So he's the guy down to half, hasn't taken a single hit on very hard. That's extremely impressive. So Nemesis Core Part 2, very, very weird boss. He is very sporadic, very fast, and Noobii clears it, and Wolf clears it. Alright. general platforming stuff here. They'll be entering their anti-battalion, which you do want S rank in, just in case you want to use some weight, but really you don't have to have your S rank. So taking some damage here does not matter, unless you're Noobii, which a death here is what you'd get from a single point of damage. So he really's got to watch out here. Ooh, a little falling, no big deal. Entering his final stage here, the final boss, and he still has not taken that damage. I don't believe he's going to take a death here, but we'll see. We are in story, so it's not like the race will end immediately. Both of them starting the fight pretty much at the exact same time. Wolf getting some shark stuff here, while Noobii gets to make it rain. So we'll see what happens. Wolf getting to make it rain. Opting for just basic katana, basic pistol damage instead of using rockets. And Noobii getting it down to about half. Still hasn't taken damage, so he does have to watch out. So now that the boss is down to half health, it takes a single hit. You're really talking about losing quite a lot of time. I mean, he'd have to start the entire fight over, and he beats it without taking a single hit, moving on to the one of the final stages here. That is just supreme gameplay. Wolf also completing it without dying. That is some really strong stuff there. So Noobii just ahead. We're talking by about 10 seconds right now. Noobii really going for that style there, just not taking any damage for the whole end part of that run. Alright. Both moving on to Valentine now. This is where we're going to see some serious gameplay. They're really close, and Noobii really has to watch out because Valentine having a lot stronger attacks on VHard compared to normal. Getting some really strong damage in there right before the taunt. Getting some bad ad placement there, unfortunately, for Noobii. Wolf staying above all the ads, and opting to go for some general katana damage. So very strong there. Some good RNG on Wolf's side, able to dodge all attacks, not having to hit any extra ads. Noobii, unfortunately, not getting that same kind of treatment. Both entering stage B of Valentine here. Alright, Wolf getting some good dodges. Noobii just has to get some good deflects. Got one deflect, unfortunately cannot deflect the purple bullets. Staying on S rank, bad RNG there. That is just some extra damage loss. Ooh, quick dodge from Noobii, keeping it up as S rank. Good RNG for him there. Gets the double dodge to get them both. Wolf prepping up for his death skip. We'll see if Noobii opts to go for a death skip as well, or if he wants to maintain that S rank for the rest of this fight. One thing you really have to decide from: do you want to take a death skip, saving a couple of seconds, or do you want to keep that S rank so you can keep up your weight gun? Ooh, good damage right there from Noobii. Valentine just taking some serious damage reduction here. Noobii, not purposely from the looks of it, playing for that death skip, but he might be in a good spot where he can get that death skip. So he's down to 1 health. So as long as he doesn't take a single hit here. If he does take a hit, though, he has to restart this entire section. Fantastic. And both of them taking death skips here. Oh, unfortunate. Noobii took the skip a little early and actually has to redo that entire section there, unfortunately. He did it a little too early, so instead of skipping, he actually reset himself back. Wolf wrapping up his Valentine fight. Alright, so Wolf going into the next stage, getting a little bit extra time. We'll see what happens here if Noobii can actually make up that time at all. That is a pretty significant time loss. We're talking a good 20 seconds here. And he's not really able to get that death skip anymore, so he actually has to wait for the countdown, the timer, and all that, while Wolf is able to kind of get a little extra time in this stage. And there's the death skip. Now, so he was able to get the death skip still. Unfortunately, he did lose a lot of time from that, and he does not have his S rank. But hopefully he can just blast it through really quickly, and he's having no issues with the skip here. And just need to go one more cycle. And wraps up. Mantis Core over on Wolf's side, though, down to half. Not pulling out Chainsaw there at all, even though the Mantis Core dives on top of him. So we'll see how well Wolf does here. He is only at a C rank, unfortunately, so he's not able to use his white gun. He did take a couple hits there on Mantis. Noobii still waiting for that level clear screen to kind of pass by there. Alright. Wolf able to take a, as Jack is saying here, he gets a little bit advantage. He can play a little bit more carefully, just kind of make sure he gets all of his attacks in, you know, does not get hit. Keeping up the S rank will be very beneficial for him. So he's up to S now, still using Katana though, so we'll see how he's going to do there. Switching to white, we have Noobii starting up his Mantis, getting some really good damage actually to start off. A lot of deflects there, and going for another major damage, and a deflect, and using Chainsaw, very strong. Already an S rank for Noobii, and he's holding that up pretty well, and he is just dodging everything Mantis has to throw at him. Not getting hit yet at all, not opting for the deflects, and going for the really fast kill. He'll be moving over to Whale Core. Does take a little bit, unfortunately, to kind of get to, just the timing and all that. While we have Wolf actually moving over to Spider Core. So Spider Core Mach 2, pretty simple fight, especially on normal. Just kind of hope that you get decent RNG. So that's not too bad. Gets the damage to knock him down. Good chainsaw. Still not keeping his S rank. Oh, unfortunately, he hits the leg there a little bit, dropping down to a B rank. Not a huge time loss. Can get back to A and S pretty quickly. Nope, opting for some deflects there. Noobii still hasn't taken any damage. Going for a lot of weapon switches there. Going, oh, perfect dodge. Almost got hit, losing his S rank there. Perfect, knocks him out. He'll move over to Spider Core 2, while we have Wolf starting his Crawling Core. So Crawling Core, the last boss before you even fight the rival. Noobii has to get some pretty good time here, and he still has to do his Crawling Core. Now the Crawling Core for him is going to be kind of challenging. It does just take a lot more time just kind of destroy, because he spends a lot. You spend a lot more time just trying to play for placement and all that. Wolf taking actually quite a lot of damage here. He's actually down to about 2 hits till he's till he dies. So he's really gotta be careful here. If he takes 2 hits from rival, he actually could reset the rival fight. Rival fight having 2 full health bars, something you really don't want to take a death on. Wolf finishing up his Crawling Core, gonna be moving over to rival. Noobii now going to be starting his Crawling Core, so there is still a chance he can come back, but he's really got to play this one quick, and he's got to hope that Wolf does take a death here. Oh, and Wolf actually opting to do a deflect challenge here. Oh, Wolf is down to a single hit, 1 hit, and he will die, restarting that rival fight. So if he does take that death, unfortunately, he might actually give Noobii what he needs to kind of get that extra that win. So we'll see. Noobii needs that death from Wolf. Wolf going, oh, he's actually opting to actually do some deflects and stuff like that. Very risky strat. He is ahead, so all he has to do is just not get hit. He should be able to win. Noobii wrapping up right now, Crawling Core. Wolf, 1 health, has half bar left, not opting for the reflect. That's a good idea, as long as he doesn't die here. He does have a sword out, so he's got to play pretty carefully, and he does knock out the rival. We'll finish with a 22-29. Noobii just passing 22-29 right now, so pretty close match here. Noobii just has to knock out his rival here. It shouldn't take too long. So good RNG, basic weapon usage here. Dive kick and gets the deflect, goes for a chainsaw, dives back in. Great damage too. By jumping up and down, making the rockets kind of move more sporadically rather than directly at you, making so you have a lot more time to get some damage in. Really good hits. Ooh, Noobii getting kind of low. Switching to Katana, definitely not what you want. And finishing him off. Fantastic. That was a fantastic run. So we do have one more race ahead of us here. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. looks like we are back for the next race here. Okay, so we have WuffWuff at 1 win and Noobii at 1 win. So this one will be the final determination to see who wins the race. So it's a best of 3. Now Noobii is going to stay on normal while Wolf is going to stay on normal while Noobii stays on very hard. So let's go and give a countdown here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. And this time my timer should not reset. No promises, like usual. Alright, like usual, Noobie's gonna be a couple seconds behind to kind of start off, just stream delay. So they need some good platforming to kind of get through these parts of stages here. Wolf, unfortunately, missing a couple segments there, but he can still make up some time. His platforming at the beginning stages here still need a little bit of work. Noobii taking a little bit extra time too, but nothing too major. Both wrapping up the hardest boss in the game there. Noobii going for a 2 cycle, Wolf going for a 2 cycle on staircase. The 1 cycle on staircase is one of those really tougher strats, which is something that should be super simple, like climbing a staircase, but it is kind of tricky. Wolf getting a really fast kill there as well with Noobii. Okay, let's see what kind of RNG both players get here. Noobii getting a pretty good one. Wolf unfortunately gets a full off the screen one, so losing a little bit of time there unfortunately. Noobii just getting some good deflects. Unfortunately gets the same thing that Wolf had to go through, so actually putting them pretty close together again. Wolf getting a deflect unfortunately from the far right of the screen rather than the far left, but deflect nonetheless, getting some free damage there. Both of them moving on to the next part. Okay, so they're both now in the little side score. They both want to just kind of keep up their S rank here. Noobii will be fighting a little bit more challenging of a boss just due to the fact that he has to dodge a lot more bullets and all that. Okay, let's see how they do here. Noobii going for white gun, while Wolf is also going for white gun here. Noobii switching to chainsaw, very risky, especially for on very hard, but he did have a good opening there. Wolf just staying back, taking the easier strats. It does get hit, so he does lose a little time there, and both of them finish at the exact same time. Both are moving on to the next stage. So Noobii about 5 seconds ahead just due to the stream delays we do have going on, but they are, for us to view, they are exactly the same. So we're talking about 5 second difference right now, which is not significant. We're looking at some good platforming here to kind of get some speed, kind of get ahead. Wolf not having to do a wall jump there, so that's good. It does take a little bit extra time to get to the platform. Both maintaining a C rank. They're going to try to build up to the S rank, not taking any damage here. Noobii does get hit a little bit there, so unfortunately not able to switch over to that. Wolf gets a tackle, but does not get a purple tackle, so no deflect allowed. And Noobii getting a purple tackle, which for him is no deflect allowed. Wolf does get a rocket deflect, and still keeping on its S rank, and getting tons and tons of damage. Unfortunately, it does take a hit right there. It does lose out a little bit of his damage now. Next part is going to be some more platforming. Both of them getting back up to their S rank, so that's awesome. Noobii going to be traveling in. Now we need some good platforming. Noobii taking some safer strats here, laying on every couple of cards just to be safe. Wolf going straight in, got some good deflects there, did not get hit, and had to stop for one more cycle there, unfortunately. Noobii starting up his whale core. And he gets deflect. Wolf gets deflect and gets to maintain his chainsaw as well. Alright, Noobii clearing up his whale core. Wolf just completing his whale core as well. Alright, both racers now at Valentine here. So, Noobii a little bit ahead. He's already knocked out the first shield. Wolf completing the level as well. Okay, both racers now going to the next stage. So we'll see if Noobii gets any good RNG here. He needs to get some decent RNG with his ads. Very, very fast Valentines. So, general side scrolling stuff, you know, it's gotta kind of wait for the level to let you get to the part you want to be at, you know, the fun bosses here. Alright, Noobii starting up his boss, getting some decent RNG. He really wants to keep all of his ads away from him so he can shoot. They all kind of keep arcing down, really making it so he gets that chance to kind of get that damage in. Good deflex. Yeah, the ads completely just sitting out of his way. Really nice. Wolf having his on the right side, making it super easy, since they always come from the left side, usually on the normal difficulties. So both completing up their jets here. Both gonna be going to Ninja. So hopefully they get some good deflex as well. Alright, both maintain their S rank through this. So Wolf is just a tad behind here. So Noobii does not get the first two deflex. Alright, Noobii clearing out his stage 1 ninja, going to stage 2 ninja. Wolf now on his stage 2 ninja. Now, Noobii does get some extra damage in here by using some extra tactics, which is super nice. Wolf just wrapping up ninja as well, so we're actually talking probably about 3 or 4 seconds behind. Plus, if we're talking about the stream delays, we're talking about 8-9 seconds. So it's still anyone's game here. So they don't really need to maintain their S rank for this part. They don't absolutely need to have their white gun for the final fight. But it's always good to have that option available. So if you get a good opening and you can use your white gun, you want to have that option for the S rank. Both of them wrapping up this section here. So as long as they don't fall or take any unnecessary damage, they should both get to the boss with their S rank. Both starting pretty close together here. Noobii getting some good hits in with his white gun. So is Wolf actually. Wolf getting some really good RNG. He's just Rocket Man here, just chilling, just giving some platforms, not really fighting back at all. Wolf able to complete clear him and at the full bottom of the stage, making so he hits the kill and he gets off the screen fast. Noobii just behind. Wolf actually taking just a slight lead from our stream point of view. So that only leaves him probably about 3 seconds behind. Alright, some general platforming here again. Let's see. Oh, unfortunately, Wolf did not make it on top of his first try there. Losing a little bit of time, actually. Alright, both of them getting to our non-skippable boss. Ooh, Wolf unfortunately does miss. Getting some really strong damage here from Wolf. Noobii gets some damage too, but he does have to watch out for all the extra ads that he has to deal with. So, unfortunately, he can't just keep spamming all his attacks every single time. He really has to kind of wait, as we pointed out. Wolf missing a lot of his attacks here, unfortunately. So that does lose some time. And as he keeps missing that attack, that does use a lot of time to kind of charge up and use. He switches to rockets and lasers, but unfortunately, that's no damage. So he loses about 7 seconds there, unfortunately. Now they're both at the side-scrolling section here. As long as they don't get hit, they should end at the same time. There's no difference here unless you get hit. Alright, so we have Noobii King pretty close to the end, maintaining his speed the entire time. Wolf, same thing. fantastic. Both hitting at the right as well. So Noobii a little bit farther ahead, since Wolf has some issues there with Chaff. We'll see how he does here. Noobii starting up Robo Guppy. Noobii get a good deflect. So that's one of the attacks you really want, is when he gets on the ground, slides towards you with your deflect. That allows you to kind of get a lot of damage, and especially with your S rank, as he's traveling towards you, and then getting deflect right away. And Wolf gets the 2, taking an early deflect just for the kill. He knows he doesn't need the extra damage on him, so just goes right for the deflect. Noobii on his Robo Guppy and Stew, sorry, Gibby and Stew, I always get that wrong. So he just needs to maintain his S rank as long as he possibly can, dodging the attacks, going over and under as needed. Wolf starting his as well, it's about half life there. Alright, let's see. So they're both on their Robo stuff here. Sorry, I'll make sure my sound's good. Okay. So now both ending Robo White. So White's not as bad on the freestyle game mode, so as long as they both get some good hits in. Their shield, they kind of manipulate, but as long as the shield's not facing them, they can get some really good attacks with their with their White Gun in. Both of them getting actually some really strong clears there. Noobii starting his Robo Bunny. Wolf just probably about 3-5 seconds behind. So we're talking about 8-second difference here between the runners. Wolf getting some good deflects there. And he's in his A rank, he just needs to get a little bit more. Now switching to S rank, so now he has his White Gun back, and he has some good RNG right there, and knocks out Bunny, and Noobii knocks out Bunny. We're talking probably about a second apart now, so about 6 seconds different. We'll be now moving over to our next stage, the Warship, so we'll see how they do for the traversing part here. This is the part where a lot of people kind of messed up. Alright, Noobii going down nice and slow, taking that full time stop there. Make sure he does not get hit. Wolf unfortunately does get hit, dropping onto a C rank, so does not have a high rank for this next fight. See how they both do. Noobii needs to try to get just up to the S rank. Boom, got it done. Now he can get back his White Gun. Wolf, fortunately takes another hit there. Does not get his White, so he will not be able to get the extra damage in. But he's going for some other optimal strats. Just instead of going for White damage, he's going for any other damage he could possibly land. Any kind of laser, anything he could possibly do. Noobii clearing his out. Wolf knocking his out with a laser shot. Doing a taunt, getting that rank up just a little bit better. Alright, now they need to get to the next stage here. Wolf going for Katana and pistols, while Noobii just going for straight Katana. Both getting to the next boss without having to take any damage, meaning they both can start with S rank. Wolf going to go for a chainsaw. He's a bit close, but he's got it. Going for some deflects, that's good damage, and switching back to his White Gun. Noobii keeping up his S rank, just doing some dodges. Going in for chainsaw towards the end there, switching back to his White Gun. Wolf and Noobii clearing them both pretty close apart. We're talking about, I think it's 2 seconds there. Alright, using some rockets, knocking out those shields, going in for some good hits with their White Gun. Noobii going for some chainsaw damage there. I think Wolf playing a little bit safe, just trying to keep the S rank a little bit. Oh, goes in for the chainsaw, knowing he has plenty of time, tons of damage right there actually. Getting down to about quarter health. He just got to get some good hits in and knocks him out. Both around the same time. They're going to be going towards their anti-battalion, so they just want to get hit here, keeping up their S rank. Some parts in for anti-battalion, you really do want to keep the S rank. It really does depend though. If you get a good change, good morph, it's really beneficial. Otherwise, you're just going to use rockets and just spam your attacks that way. Oh, Noobii getting a super strong one cycle there. Really just blowing through that stage. Noobii a couple seconds ahead now. Tic-tac-foe over here, going for some WuffWuff. Alright, Noobii here, knocking out good deflect. Wolf getting some good deflects as well. Unfortunately, he does have a low health bar, so he's got to be very careful here. He does have his S rank. This is the perfect one to use on when he turns into Pac-Man, and he can get deflect. Perfect deflect there. Getting lots and lots of damage on. Noobii getting down about a quarter. Same for WuffWuff. Unfortunately, they both get the same one. Deflects are really the best way to get your damage out there. Noobii completing his stage. Wolf getting a Make It Rain, going in, and just a quick little knockout there. So we're talking Noobii probably ahead by about 12 seconds altogether now. So we'll be coming up to our Valentine fight next. Now we will see if Noobii learned his lesson and does not kill himself to restart the stage. It was an interesting strategy to make another race, but we'll see what he does next. Alright, Wolf shutting up his now. Noobii about half a health bar ahead. Wolf getting some bad RNG there, unfortunately. All of his ads coming from straight down, waiting for his attacks coming in. That's some really strong RNG though for Wolf. Knocking out the first stage. Alright, both on stage 2 if I do recall. So, stage B, sorry. They're both doing really well. Wolf gets some bad RNG there. You do not want that attack. He does a lot of damage unless you switch over so that they can pierce. Wolf had him wait for a little bit extra there. Gain some damage on himself, going for that death skip. Noobii just completing his, not looking like he's going for death skip here, keeping his S rank for the next fight. Wolf getting some serious laser damage down. You can go for pistol here, but pistol does a little bit less damage, and she disappears right away, so you don't get a lot of damage. So he's optimizing his damage. Does not go for the slowdown, even though he had a direct path. So Wolf just going for some strats here. Ooh, gotta be very careful. Down to 1 health, 1 hit will cost him the race. Playing it very safe, slowing it down a little bit. Noobii wrapping up his right now, and he does beat it, and he keeps his health low, able for the skip. Noobii not opting for the skip this time. Oh, going for the skip now. Noobii going for the very safe strat of the skip, going pretty late, but still wants the skip, gets his health back up to full as well. We've taken some damage here. Noobii wrapping up his rival fight. Both being Valentine here. There we go. That is unfortunate. It's never good when you have to redo that stage. Alright, Noobii on his final now. Gonna be going through the final stage. Wolf not too far behind. So Noobii knocking out his Mantis Core while Wolf is getting to his stage. So Noobii just slightly ahead here. So if Noobii makes some mistakes here, Wolf still does have a chance of coming back in the race. He's got to knock out some good Mantis Core, get some decent RNG. Let's see if he can make do. Unfortunately, does not get some good RNG there, and takes a hit. So now he loses his S rank, and he's unable to get any extra reflection damage. Noobii doing pretty well over on his side, still maintaining his S rank, not taking any damage, so that's really good. Mantis Core down for Wolf. Going to be heading into getting the whale core, while Noobii clearing up his whale core here in just a moment. Gonna go off screen at least once here, so he's gotta wait for it to come back in. Noobii completing his whale core, gonna be moving to spider core, while Wolf is just probably getting his whale core to his stage. Wolf starting up his whale core here. Noobii going to be going to his spider core. Wolf going for the taunt, keeping up his S rank, getting some serious damage in there. As long as he gets some good deflex, really gets some nice deflex in there. Doesn't get hit. Oh, does get hit by a bomb there, making it so he does drop out of his S rank. Noobii does getting Noobii's getting some pretty good damage out on his boss, knocking him out. He'll be moving over to crawling core, and then the rival will wrap it up. Wolf getting a really nice off the screen kill there, saving a little bit of time rather than rather wait for the animation in front of him all the way back in, shooting his beam out, his charge, to kind of get it quickly. Noobii clearing out his stage, making it a little bit easier for him to fight the crawling core. Crawling core being one of those bosses that on VHard just super annoying. One thing you have to kind of clear the stage, kind of plan where you're going to be at. Noobii knows this quite well though, so he's clearing out the stage and making it nice and easy for himself. Wolf on his spider core, doing actually very well, just completely demolishing it. It is now dead. Noobii just actually half a health bar ahead. Noobii wrapping up his crawling core. Oh, it does take a hit there, so down to C rank. So loses a lot of his damage there for the next fight. Wolf getting into his crawling core. Some good damage from Wolf here, keeping up his S rank. Noobii is in still C rank, so he's kind of have to watch out for his damage output. Really has to switch weapons, kind of getting back up to his S rank here. Wolf opting to go for a clear strat instead of a damage strat against crawling core here. So a little bit of a damage loss. Oh, and he goes for the deflect and a charge up attack. Nice attack there, and wrapping him up right now. So he's on a crawling. He's finished the crawling core. Noobii down to quarter of a health bar here. Finishing up the first bar of rival. Now, if he does get hit twice here and dies, then they'll actually be at the same spot. Switching over to Katana, not something you really want. Take a little bit of damage loss, time loss there, and going for the deflect. Perfect deflect there. Great move, straight right there from Noobii, and clearing out his rival 22. Wolf getting only at 1 health here, so taking 1 damage will actually make him have to redo his fight. So he's gotta watch out. He's got him down to 1 health bar, and accidentally gets hit by a rocket. Noobii finishing up at 22-13. We're going to have Wolf going to finish up here. Just got to fight the rival. Full health bar. Does not start with an S rank, but he just kind of got to knock it out when he can. Another rocket attack. Not opting to go for the jump there. Just going to sit down next to him. I think since he has an extra health bar, not going for any of the safe strats. Kind of just going to go in for some damage as much as he possibly can. Not going to go for the deflect. Just too long because you get damage elsewhere. We're going for some general damage. Like I said, opting not to jump over that rocket. Getting himself and the rival down to half a health bar left each. Hoping that he can get the damage here. Switching to laser instead of using any kind of S rank, but that's okay. Wolf clearing up his stage at 23-25. Okay. Give Noobii his beautiful little delicious treats there. So both really good runs actually from both the runners here. So Wolf still kind of trying to get down a little bit of that the platforming. He did lose a little bit of time there, but he did extremely well on a lot of the bosses. Just the general use of switching weapons and all that. He had a lot of really good fights as well. He unfortunately, the reason why he fell so far behind in that final stage is because he ran out of when he was doing his death skip, he accidentally did a little bit too early, losing that time. But overall, both really strong runs from both runners, and that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys in the next run.